the protector. As I was accessing Yulid's memory, this seemed to be the nexus of his thoughts, the last moment of his life. We have been fighting this war for over 45 circles. I've always wondered if it could have been avoided. This life needs courage, loyalty, and honor. It indeed requires an anointment. As an anointed Overwatch, I must display strength, hope, and courage to my people. These are the virtues of the Prime. Any grain of weakness is the end of us all. I get sufficient bliss from our Divine Mother every time I commune with her. But sometimes it doesn't seem to be enough for me to sustain my people and myself. To be able to live through this time of great war. As an Overwatch, I have to perform special rejuvenation ceremonies to sustain my sacred temples. These ceremonies, devotions, and taboos enable me to access and collect energies and wisdom from higher realms for myself and the secondaries. I can't do that ordinary devotion and regular nourishments anymore. My life as an Overwatch has transformed me. I have become something else. While I have lost so much of what I used to believe I was, I have also gained threefolds of what I thought I lost. It is such a great path. My body, spirit, and mind have transformed completely. I can commune with the beings of light and associate with them. I can see what others can't see. It is a huge step of ascension. Every commoner will assume attunement is an easy activation process. I was put to a lot of trials. Sometimes these trials mean if I fail it's an instant fall. I would lose all the ranks, abilities, and talents which I have gained over a long time. Staying focused for 3 consecutive days without any deviation of the mind is paramount. I was tethered to the unique substance. This substance is a very thin and light powder material that responds to your mental activities. Every single intention is divided into units and subunits. The mind is also categorized into similar units and subunits. These units are grouped according to color, density, temperature, forms, and motion. Whenever there is a mental activity, these particles respond and react according to the person's intentions. These particles can change their chemical state, mass, their temperature, and structure according to the person's intention. If there are any hidden malicious intentions in one's mind, the powders would change their chemical state into very acidic, which will give a sense of irritation to the skin and becomes very uncomfortable. They are very sensitive to mental energies. And if a person has positive and uplifting thoughts, the substance creates a warm and comfortable sensation. The substance will last inside your body for a couple of days after ingestion. This is used to maintain your body structure. Whatever form a person imagines in their minds, their body's shape morphs into that form. This was before I received my sacred emblem. The main purpose of this exercise is to test your abilities for endurance and mental focus. I have existed in this realm for over 105 circles already. Age and birthdays don't mean much these days. After the revelation of the series of sacred breathing techniques, anyone can live as long as they want, by simply spending a few moments practicing the regenerative breathing technique to regenerate their bodies. As an Overwatch, I am glad that my sacred emblem came with the sacred breathing, so I don't have to spend time practicing the breathing. The sacred emblem rejuvenates my body naturally. Yulid was contemplating on these events while looking at the hundreds of his best lieutenants, slumbering in the multitudes of sleeper pods. They have been fighting beside him for many circles. It gives him closure and peace visiting these sleepers. Leaving the sleeper's dome. When Yulid was on his way to visit the holistic priestess, he met one of the protectors. "May you guide us to our original nature, Your Grace." He saluted Yulid, displaying the minor and progressive gratitude gesture. "Let the divine light through our Divine Mother guide us all." Yulid accepted his salutation, and being the mild benediction, while he was projecting the benediction, he noticed some issues on his human energetic electrofield. These postures and salutations are a series of pauses and hand gestures. Through different poses and gestures, the energy flows from one person to another. This is their tradition and custom when an elder or a person of a statue meets with a member of their society. They offer these bands and clusters of blessings. These blessings energize an individual holistically, rejuvenating and adjusting their well-being. The higher you are in your rank, the less you get these blessings. However, you can combine your bliss with other higher-ranked members of your society to generate yet beneficial and constructive clusters of energies. Your emblem's mechanism is weakening, your bioradiance seems fine, not too bright to overstimulate you during combat, and not too dim to lag you. But all of your energy vortices on the eyes of your temples seem overstimulated. You should go see the ambient synthesizer to get a complete analysis. Remember your initiation, these emblems depend entirely on your mental and emotional stability. The sources of power come from within. If you have personal issues, you must go to the oracle. She will give you clear insights. He addressed these issues to the protector. Thank you, Your Grace. I will go to see the oracle after I finish what brought me here. We have attained the milestone of the cyclonic thunder without the need for elongated energizing exercises. The cyclonic cannons are good to go, Your Grace, the protector replied. All right, how about the shields? Have you been able to generate them without the stance postures? Yulid asked. The trainer is still working on those modalities, but when I was there, they were retraining the flotation techniques, the protector replied. Tell them to prepare a demonstration. I am going to inspect it, Yulid interrupted. Yes, Your Grace, the protector left. Holistic Priestess. Yulid went on to visit their holistic priestess Malaika. She has been creating these new modalities and techniques to revive the sleepers and try to improve the pre-sleepers inhibitor. And this was the conversation between Yulid and Malaika. Bliss from Her Grace, Yulid saluted her, giving a posture of divine majestic prime gesture. May it fill us in all our trials and tribulations. She accepted Yulid's salutation, marrying and completing the divine majestic secondary response gesture. Yulid, have you got any new insights on your work? He asked her. Malaika, I have been able to assign one of the energy beings on the special dust, which will stop the oxidation process from the infamous Gajub's infectious rust, she replied. Yulid, what about those swarms of wasps? Isn't that among their best weapons? It took 3 guys to create a high-voltage plasma shield to scare them off. If I was a solo, my consciousness would be in a regeneration pod right now, he asked. Malaika, yes, but now the Gajubs are not as aggressive to us because they realize we are fighting the same enemy. There are rumors that they want to trade secrets with us. They want to become our ally so that we can defeat the deceptive Rosenthals. The Rosenthals disguised as powerless, but there are theories that suggest that they orchestrated this war, and that they branched from something very ancient. The Rosenthals are very well organized and are vicious manipulators. If we can defeat them, the war would end. That's what the theory suggests, she suggested. Yulid, no, you see, the Gajubs defeated the predecessor of what is now Rosenthals, because they came as an object of surprise. They were out of the chessboard. The Rosenthals were defeated down to their knees. The Gajubs are very fast and unpredictable. The unpredictability of the Gajub is what defeated the Rosenthals, as the Rosenthals are people of plans and predictions. Who would have thought amid the primitive and dark continent like Africa, have such skills and abilities to defeat such a powerful regime? If it wasn't for them, the whole world would be under its regime. The Gajub decided to reveal what was hidden as a last resort, Yulid answered. Malaika, the Gajub's faction is a much larger territory consisting of minor societies. According to rumors, the Wagenge Society is one of the societies within Gajub's territory. It is much ancient, but yet a remnant of a much older civilization. The legends suggest that there was a great war, also known as the War of the Gods. When someone infested the entire ancient world, at the time people were made of pure bodies of light, and unlike us, they were ether beings, highly sophisticated with supernatural abilities. But the aftermath was devastating because their surroundings became what was then the predisclosed era, where their human energetic spectral fields became clogged and disconnected to access higher dimensional worlds. As a result, we all forgotten who we are, and become a biological entity, surviving on food, and serving the needs of the flesh. These weapons disabled their glands and internal organs' higher functions. Remember before the disclosure we used to see humans' internal organs as food processors? We didn't know internal organs are something sacred, conscious with intelligence, she continued. Yulid, but now, I have more concerns about the chaps. They have the largest army than us all, they multiply exponentially, and they are fundamentalists. If they win the war, we will all be converts. You know what that will do to your energy field? This will disconnect us from our ascent deities. We will kiss goodbye to the idea of human rights, privacy, and capitalism. I hardly remember the peaceful days, Yulid continued. Malaika, imagine if it wasn't for those great disclosures, we would still be living in a fake world of peace and harmony. Living not knowing all the information given to you is being doctored. The governments purposely put numbing substances into the water and in the sky to dull us, to put us into a mental state where we hardly question anything. You have to give some credits to the Rosenthals. They have the psychological power to control the masses, she suggested. Yulid, I guess someone didn't get paid properly, then they revealed their secret. He joked. Malaika, so were we someone's livestock, where they used to reset a civilization after every couple of 100 years? We were harvested, experimented with, and manipulated. Deep down I never bought the idea of the progress of technology or the evolution of species. I always knew we were recycled from what came before us. We are the fallen ones, from the glory to shame, divine to filth. All knowledge taught to us was only recycled and regulated so we can never connect to our ascent deities, she continued. Yulid, sometimes it is not worth remembering those events. We are grateful to have come out of that situation. Malaika, I am still having those visions of the 9 crowns. I feel like this war is all about the 9 crowns. It is the highest secret, something so powerful hidden even from the highest deity of deities. But I don't know what it all means. Our Divine Mother instructed me not to talk about it as it's something ancient. It is beyond the 9 realms. It's something very sacred. It might bring great tribulations among our people. She brought that topic again. Yulid, but how could it be? How can something so high be revealed to you and not our deity? He asked. Malaika, but she knows about these crowns. She doesn't want us to talk about them as they will bring great tribulations to us all. Most of these visions are beyond the 9 realms, out of our mother's territory. Whenever I get these visions, I never noticed how I got there. I just see myself already in that place. Malaika is my earthbound, with her grace we bonded. We spirit walk together. What she knows I know, what she feels I feel. I have been honoring this bond for quite some time now.